Hi, I'm Todd Letter 99 and I'm here interviewing Blake Taylor.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, so let's get right into it. Who was your favorite team or player growing up?
Ooh, growing up, I was from Orange County, and I loved watching like Trevor Hoffman pitch for the Padres. I'd go down there, watch him pitch, watch him walk out to Hell's Bells, which was one of the greatest like moments I've ever been a part of. It was the first time I ever got to see that in person, which is a big reason why I wear 51. And then another reason why I wear 51 is because Randy Johnson. I loved watching him pitch too. He was just an animal on the mound.
Yeah. So, did you ever try and model Trevor Hoffman and Randy Johnson in your career?
No, not really, because Randy Johnson's like 6'11". I'm only 6'2". It'd be really hard to kind of mimic him because he gets really far out there when he reaches and his extension and stuff. And I'm not really a changeup guy, and Hoffman had that deadly changeup, and never really modeled myself after them. But I always tried to have like the same kind of mentality that they did. When I played for Great Britain in the World Baseball Classic, Trevor Hoffman was our pitching coach, and I just asked him about his mentality, and he was just like, "You got to go out there acting like you're the best pitcher ever. Like even though if you're not, you just have to keep acting like that just to get these guys out because they're trying to take money away from you, and you're trying to take money away from them. That's your job."
Yeah. So, another question I have is, did you ever collect sports memorabilia as a kid or...
Yeah, I used to collect it. I used to be. My family was big into the Angels, and when 2002 was around, my dad collected a lot of the World Series stuff. Like we have some uniforms, pictures, bats from all of those guys, and we have a lot of memorabilia from the Angels. Even like after that, like we have a Vladimir Guerrero bat, Bartolo signed ball. We have a lot of stuff from the Angels throughout the years, and then when I got into pro ball, we started just kind of finding people that from Orange County because like we have like Nolan Arenado signed stuff because I played with his younger brother at El Toro, and they were family friends when we were in high school. And Matt Chapman, I went to high school with him for a year, so like they have a signed card by him and just a couple of other guys around like Garrett Cole and Jared Hughes and everything like that. And they kind of just collect guys that they either watched or like I kind of know based on being from Orange County.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned that you and Matt Chapman went to high school. Were you both on the baseball team?
Yeah, we were both on the baseball team. He was on varsity. I was a freshman, and I was on the freshman team. And just because El Toro is like, it was a big powerhouse back then. I mean, I haven't really kept up with it then or anything like that. So I don't. They could still be a powerhouse, but El Toro back in the day was one of the best teams in California, if not the country. And he was on varsity, and I was on freshman. And but like in fall, like the fall semester, we'd all work out together. So I got to like talk to him a little bit.
That's cool. So do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions you do before every game?
Um, when I was a starter, yeah, I was a starter for like the last 6 years before this in pro ball, and I've been a starter since high school. I used to always eat pizza the night before I'd start, which
Yeah.
was it sounds really weird, but I'd always do it. But being a reliever, there's not many times where you walk to the field and you're like, okay, I'm going to pitch today. Like sometimes, some days you're just like you're hot and like you just don't know when you're going to pitch next as a reliever. So like you kind of really can't have those superstitions. So you kind of have to just kind of go with the flow on that one.
Yeah. So, how did you feel when you first got drafted?
When I first got drafted, I mean it was a surreal moment. Like I didn't really, I can't really put into words how I felt because I can't even find the words to feel how I felt that day. It was just like one of those surreal things. Like you dream of it as a kid, and I was just in awe. and like I just remember sitting there, and I kind of like when I heard my name get called, I kind of just like sunk into my seat, like in disbelief that it happened. But like I just had to kind of pinch myself to get back to reality, and it did happen. And it was just like it was an amazing moment just to and be able to share it with my family and stuff. It was just an unbelievable moment.
Yeah. So, how was the jump from high school all the way to pro ball?
High school to pro ball it was a difficult jump just because basically like in my division, like my high school division was pretty good. Like we had a lot of guys come out of my high school division, and like I play against a lot of guys that I faced in high school still, but like take the 3 and 4 hole hitter from every single team that I played against, and that was like 1 through 9, and like pitching against them, and it was incredible to just see the talent that was brought even overseas. Like, and it was different too because you have to pick up like some sort of like Spanish or something just so you can kind of communicate with some of the guys. Like I just remember how difficult it was the first time I had a mound visit with a catcher that was from the Dominican. You're just like, it's tough to communicate. So I kind of had to learn some Spanish. I mean, high school Spanish didn't really help me at all. I kind of learned a lot more playing pro ball. So just learning how to do that and learning on your own, like how to be on your own at 17 across the country from your family, that was a difficult challenge. But just the talent level, just wherever you go in pro ball is just unbelievable. Like you're basically, like you never know who's going to be the next Hall of Famer. You could be pitching against a guy that has played 20 years on the show and is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and you're just like, okay, like you just never know. But it's just the talent here is amazing.
Wow, that's really crazy. I could just never imagine going around the world at 17 with no family.
Yeah, it's difficult, but I have a great family. They've supported me. They've always been there when I was down. They've been there when I was up. They've been there through all of it. So, like, it's easier when you know your family's behind your back. So, they help me get through it and all that. And you know, I'm a religious guy, so I know I'm really never alone. I always have God with me, so that's just something that I held on to, having God and my family just always with me. So that made it a lot easier for me.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also religious, so I fully understand that. And then, were you always a pitcher, or did you play position as well?
In high school, El Toro, when I was at El Toro for 2 years, I was only a pitcher. And then when I transferred to Dana, my second half of my junior year and my senior year, I started playing first base, right field, and designated hitter. So I started hitting again just to kind of stay athletic. And I actually was pretty decent at it in high school, but I had a couple at bats last year, and no, it's pretty hard. It's difficult to hit. I will say that. But I mean, I've always been better at pitching than I was in the field anyway. So, yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm not much of a position player. I wasn't really much of a position player in high school either.
So you were always more of a pitcher. What's your favorite pitch to throw when you're pitching?
Probably a fastball up on a 2-strike count. For some reason, that's just like one of the best pitches to throw, just because it's so hard to lay off of, and you get a lot of guys that swing and miss at it. I mean, that's got to be my favorite pitch to throw. Like when I get into an 0-2 or 1-2 count, like the catcher calls fastball up, I'm like, okay, I got it. I think I got this one, and that's probably my favorite pitch is a fastball up.
Yeah. So, what pitches can you throw?
I throw a 4-seam fastball, a sinker / 2-seam, and a slider.
Nice. Which one would you say it gets you the most strikeouts?
Probably the fastball, just because when I throw, my 4-seam has like cutter action, and my 2-seam has like it runs arm side. So I mean, it's just kind of tough. And especially if I throw the fastball up in the zone with 2 strikes, like it's a hard pitch to lay off of, and if it's coming in over 90, like that just makes it even harder to hit up there. So I think the fastball is probably my biggest strikeout pitch that I have.
Okay. Thanks for coming on the podcast. I really appreciated it.
No problem, man. Anytime.
Thanks. I'll see you maybe again later for another podcast sometime.
Sounds good. Just let me know.
Okay. Thanks for coming.
All right.
Bye.
No problem. Take care.
You too.